So I have Mike George here. He's an intern with Pioneer Motorsport in Chaffee, New York. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Actually, the purpose of this interview is Mike actually has been taking to the More Than Rewards software pretty well, actually, and he's outperformed pretty much anybody that has come on the system in terms of learning. And Mike actually comes from a different crowd, a different generation than a lot of people that we work with, and he's going to explore that with us today. So, Mike, what does Pioneer Motorsports do?
All right. Well, here it's mostly obviously it's sales, but it's recreation vehicles, so ATVs, dirt bikes. There's sport bikes. There's bunch of the Rangers and all the off-road vehicles, and then they also have parts and a full-service team, so they can bring in broken items and we can fix it. We have brands. You have Yamaha, Polaris, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Bombardier, and for all those brands, we have apparel too. So pretty widespread power sports company.
Okay, and so it seems that you came on here. When were you hired? How were you hired? Why? And what were you assigned to basically to do?
I've been here about 4 weeks now. I'm still in college. I attend St. Bonaventure University, so they're family friends. They brought me on because Michelle, the owner, she really wants nothing to do with advertising and marketing, so she really wanted somebody that is familiar with the current things like Facebook and all the different social media things that we can really start getting our name out there. And basically, she brought me on to take over marketing completely. So I'm kind of big learning experience for me to be able to just kind of step into the game and really hash away at it and see what I can find out and hopefully benefit them some.
All right, and well, that just seems like a lot of shoes to fill. So, what's your background with marketing and also technology, and maybe how that relates to what you're doing, like you said?
Really, just my background for the most part. In school, I had an internship where I helped them design a website, so got a little bit trying to do some internet marketing, and I'm going into my senior year, so I've been just up with all the recent different marketing things in e-marketing and just all the different tactics and really how to target your markets and how to play into each one and hopefully get your name out there so you can make some sales.
So in your classes and at your school, you're actually learning some of the new techniques of how to market to customers.
Yeah, they definitely cover all the internet has how it's really expanding. Obviously, in my day, I grew up with emails and Facebook and MySpace, and now they got LinkedIn, which is basically the Facebook of the business world. So they really stress on how important it is to be a part of those. So that's really my take on it, and that it's really important to be in all those different places to be able to get your company out there so you get noticed.
Yeah. So how important are these functions, or do you think these functions should be to a dealer? And if they're not using them, what do you think they're really missing out on?
I think that all the functions are, like the e-marketing, that's a huge thing because everybody works through email. Like every day I come in here, check my email. At home I have a school email, so that's really a mainstream of information to get anything across because every business person has an email that they check. And then personally, like Facebook and stuff, everybody gets on there every day, checks up on what their friends are doing. So if somebody say they like Pioneer Motorsports, like, oh, they must be doing something. Like, go on there, you can find events and deals, offers. I just really think that it's important to be a part of all those so that people just see you on a day-to-day basis instead of being out of sight, out of mind. It kind of keeps your presence there, especially with the e-marketing through a year program. I've really seen how it can get people's attention pretty quick.
So yes, you personally work with a lot of the MTR functions, the More Than Rewards functions in our intranet. And like I said in the beginning, you actually have taken on these things faster than I've seen anyone move on. In fact, even with little direction or no direction. So tell me about your experience with, let's say, setting up your employees and the emails and the surveys and even the website calendar that integrates with Facebook and Twitter. How did you know intuitively how to do that kind of stuff and why?
Really, you guys' setup, it's easy. Like, working with Facebook and all those other social media things, it's really, you kind of just got to explore and see what you can find. I just kind of went through settings, and like you said, the employee area, you can set like pictures up, so it kind of turned into one day we had a little fun in the office. We were trying to characterize different people like in the employee area, so it kind of turned into a kind of a break time that we went through there and had a little bit of fun with it and take pictures for everybody. And it's just really easy to use because once you gave me access, I just kind of went through each tab and whatever it led me into, I'd go through all the tabs and the e-marketing, and I made up a survey like within the first week and sent that out. And we actually, and it shows all the stats for the emails that we sent out, and on the first one we had over a 25% like open rate, so out of the 800 people, like the first time 200 of them opened it up or whatever, and we had like 70 survey responses, which was cool because until then we never really had a strong survey that we could get back from the customers, and everybody was positive about like their experience, couldn't like say enough about our salesmen. And it's pretty cool just to have a real time like status of what people think of your company, because usually if you get a survey back, it's either really bad because they want you to know that something was bad and they're not happy about it, but in our case, it was nice to see that all of our customers were super happy. They were served how they wanted to be and followed up. So it was really cool to just kind of get a real-time aspect of how people look at us.
Okay. And that's great. And Mike, what do you think about the calendar function that integrates with your website and Facebook and Twitter? Have you used that at all?
Yeah, I actually set that up. We work with PSN, so I've been putting pictures up and working with our website a lot to get us more relevant and like search words and stuff, but it was really easy I did it myself. I put the calendar on our site and then linked it up through the More Than Rewards and put it in our Facebook and our Twitter, and it's super easy just to go into the calendar, you type in an event, I can put a banner on there, and it uploads it automatically, syncs it with Facebook and Twitter, so everyone's automatically notified without me going to 3 or 4 different websites and typing all the things over again and wasting a lot of valuable time when I can do it all through there in 30 seconds.
So just to clarify, you're using that calendar as opposed to the PSN calendar, using the More Than Rewards calendar, and you can update from our website, right? So you don't have to go into the PSN site or even request anything from PSN. All you did was post it on there once, and it's there, right?
Right, exactly. So it saves all the trouble of going into their site, getting into the editor, going in and editing each day. It's definitely 10 times easier because it covers 3 spots at once, and just like that, I'm done with it instead of sitting down, like I said, and going site to site and wording it and putting images up. It's just all automatically there, and then it covers all of our social media. So it's really quick and easy, and I really haven't had any problems with it. Like I said, I set it up the first couple of days. I had access to it and had events on it the next day. So it couldn't be much easier than it is.
That's awesome. And so how important to you, Mike, personally, is social media, having information like a calendar out there that will repost to Twitter and Facebook automatically? How important are these things to people in your generation? And I forgot to ask, how old are you actually?
I'm 21.
Okay, so you're 21, and I mean you're the next generation of workers, riders, bikers out there, whatever you do with power sports or motorcycles. What kind of things are your generation expecting? How are they reacting to things like the calendar and email and surveys?
Going into like Facebook, I know just being in college, if people make events, Facebook is probably just about the best thing you can have for events. You can send it to everybody that you want, like to see it. So if we had a list of people who liked us and then we know that they're interested in, say, spiders, and we had a spider event, we can make our own event and send it out to everybody and post that on the calendar. And it's just the easiest way to get information without having to go to sites and maybe not being familiar with somebody's site and having to search through it and maybe not find what you want. Or you can go to Facebook where like it has events posted and there's groups made that you can go in there and like accept an invite and say you're going to go to this event, and then there's reminders. It's just, I think it's crucial to be a part of that social media aspect to be able to especially grab the younger generation, because a lot of people spend a lot of time on Facebook.
Exactly. And So you would summarize that if a dealer isn't taking advantage of things like Facebook, Twitter, our calendar, emails, surveys, they are missing out on a lot, and potentially a big group of customers that are growing up with the dealership and that are maybe potential customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that
With the
accurate?
email thing, the first one, just to kind of get us in everybody's mind, we sent a coupon out, and we got a bunch of responses, and it's just a easy way to get yourself back in their minds, and they have to bring it into the store, so if they wanted to put the time aside to email you back to get the coupon, they're obviously going to come in the store, and then obviously one thing leads to another. They're going to talk about it, be like, yeah, they just sent us this coupon. It's great. I went in there, and it's just like they said. And then, like, the most dangerous thing is word of mouth, and it's either going to be positive or negative. So you get there, you contact them through email, and then they tell 5 people about it. It's never gonna hurt you unless you do something to change their mind.
So the customers that have responded, are they all different age groups? Can you describe maybe the customers that have responded to some of these efforts that you've recently done?
Well, it's just from our like the list that we have built in Lightspeed, which we use. It doesn't really have a age thing yet for the email because it'd be anybody that made a purchase with us. So it's going to be probably a little bit of the older group because of major unit purchases where we would get an address and that sort of thing. But now building, like with the rewards program, we've gotten out in the last 2 weeks, we've had probably over 50 people sign up, so we're starting to get more people in there. We'll have ages and get emails and start to really expand our email list to be able to contact everybody, where in the past we really haven't.
So you're seeing, along with these marketing functions, you have the More Than Rewards reward system actually working for you too at the same time.
Right, because they tie together to be able to get the contact in the store with them with the rewards, and then be able to make contact after the sale to make sure that everything's going all right. And it's really just all coming together and really working well so far that I can see. In the short time I've been here and been working with it, everything's kind of fallen into place and everything seems to be working perfect.
Okay. So for Pioneer, then you're a pretty valuable asset, I would say.
Going into my senior year, and I plan on getting my master's in business. So I still got a couple of years before I got to settle into anything. But I definitely like the power sports industry. I think I might want to get into the sales aspect, but I definitely love marketing, everything about it. Just trying to maintain relationships with everybody and finding new ways to contact them and make everything kind of sync together like it is right now.
All right, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Mike, for your time today. And I think this is a great picture, a great look into people your age and what they're expecting out of marketing and what they're expecting out of their dealer, and also how they're responding to technologies like what we have with More Than Rewards and the other integrations and tie-ins we have with social networks and other media. I think again, Pioneer has a great asset in you, and I hope that you stay with them.
Thank you.